Let's talk a little bit about marketing structures. Okay?
All right.
Things that come up, and for those that are listening to us now, if they're not familiar with it, they probably will be one day. What is a matrix plan?
Well, there are a number of types of compensation plans in the network marketing industry.
Matrix, Stair, Unilevel, Australian marketing plan.
Yes,
right?
there are several. The classic marketing plan, again, keeping in mind that really what network marketing or multi-level marketing is all about is allowing a distributor to be remunerated for their own direct sale, and secondly, to receive an override commission on the sales performance of a sales organization that they help to build. That sales organization may be built at several levels, and they may be compensated on the performance of salespeople or representatives that they have personally recruited, and those individuals may have recruited others, and an individual may be receiving compensation at several levels, and that's why this method of direct selling is called multi-level marketing. It's multi-level compensation. Now, among multi-level compensation structures, there are a number, as you mentioned. Stair-step compensation structure is a classic structure utilized by probably the greatest number of companies and probably has stood the test of time. Individuals may be compensated at 3 or 4 levels, and when an individual in their organization has a sufficient performance level, they break away, and the distributor, the sponsor distributor, then receives a commission on the entire sales organization of that breakaway distributor. That's called a stair-step marketing plan. A unilevel marketing plan, which is sometimes used but has not been very successful over time, is a plan in which there is no breakaway, in which an individual sponsor will receive a commission override over a finite number of levels, 3, 4, 5 levels, and that's it. A matrix program is a program, picture a matrix grid is the best way to do it. A matrix grid in which an individual sponsor is allowed to sponsor at his or her first level only so many wide, 1, 2, or 3 spots, 4 spots wide, and the 5th person, if it's 4 spots wide, the 5th person in the matrix is then put underneath the first person sponsored, forming a type of a matrix, and so on until you get to fill out the grid, which may be 4 levels, 5 levels. Could be several, depth of several levels. Companies have to be very careful about matrix programs because the U.S. Postal Service has been very concerned that unless there is sufficient contact and communication and management and supervision by a distributor, a sponsoring distributor, over individuals from whom he is receiving override commissions, the program may be characterized as a lottery, receiving a reward as a result of chance. And every state has a lottery law that integrates with a pyramid law, and so companies that do matrix programs have to be very careful that they are asking of their distributors sufficient supervisory responsibilities.
But at the end result, is it the distributor's responsibility or the company's responsibility?
Well, in the end, they both either reap the rewards or pay the pain.
You like the breakaway program?
The breakaway program, I think, over time has clearly stood the test of time, both legally and from a business standpoint. The other programs, matrix programs, have tended to be faddish. Have tended to be programs driven by mail-outs.
What about these programs that pay down to infinity?
Those programs that pay down to infinity are just, they are time bombs awaiting the knock on the door by the U.S. Postal Service.
And there are several major companies that are doing that, as you know.
There probably are many, many illegal companies operating in the United States, They may or may not ever be caught. And, people in the United States love to...
Always caught eventually.
Well, they may not be caught. Well, what will happen is they will go out of business.
Okay.
Because a company that really is built around just being a game or built around just being a deal is not a company that over time will sustain. Only a company with a real product, a quality product for which there is a marketplace, that company will sustain. It's product driven. But companies out there, all of these so-called cash pyramids, airplane, they go by various names, airplane schemes. These companies, they will come and go. They will go of their own accord because they are pyramids, and ultimately pyramids collapse and they leave a trail.
Okay. The average individual out there, and we know the question that's been asked of us many, many times when you talk about multi-level programs to people who are skeptics, or when they say, well, what are you doing? Well, let me introduce you into the program, and you get a friend who gets a friend who gets a friend, and then you're getting overrides, and the next thing, oh, it's one of those pyramid programs. There's nothing wrong with it if it's legal, correct?
Well, you have to understand, first of all, that all corporate organization in the United States is in the shape of a pyramid. The term pyramid has taken on a very adverse connotation, although in the commercial world it has not necessarily so. Just go to San Francisco and look at the Transamerica Pyramid building.
That's right.
But there is good reason for the American public to be suspicious when they are approached by somebody with multi-level marketing opportunities, because there have been scams. And for that reason, they have to ask some of the questions that we've talked about. Good product, good price, real market, retail sales, a good buyback policy. Any good network marketing company out there recognizes that this opportunity isn't for everybody. It's for a lot of people, but it's not for everybody. And after you've given people a reasonable period of time to try out the business, any legitimate direct selling or multi-level marketing company will have a method of letting that person withdraw from the business and receive money back for product that they've been unable to sell for a reasonable period of time. And finally, of course, they should be looking for a solid training program. This business is not a get-rich-quick. It's not just easy money, as many people would like to say. The easy money programs are really just pyramid schemes. And it's just another alternative to going to Las Vegas or playing the lottery. People in America do love to gamble, and people in America love pyramid schemes. The fact is, they're illegal, and generally, people get hurt not knowing they're going to get hurt. When you go to Las Vegas, you expect you're going to lose the money at the blackjack table. You expect you're going to lose the $50 that you brought to spend. When you play the lottery, you expect and you know the risk that you're going to lose. But most people that get involved with small business opportunities or think they're getting involved with a legitimate multi-level marketing opportunity, they really are not expecting that what they're really doing is gambling. But pyramid schemes really are just gambling without knowing it.